Alright, what's up, you guys? Time for another video. Yeah, I just started this video over. Take my word for that, yeah. Good thing I was only like a minute and a half into it, yeah. Anyway, just to tell you this, yeah, I'll start videos over again, and I can't promise you I'll give you a perfect video because I'll try not to bust out laughing. I'll have sometimes long-ass pauses or something, make some kind of faces or whatever the hell. Because in my mind, I'm ready to just bust out laughing. How ridiculous. Yeah, we're talking about, yeah, the biggest cliche I seen on YouTube, people I look at that I like. It's a true statement, clown world. Yeah, there's YouTube clowns out there. It's such a cliche and so overused, but it's the truth, clown world. YouTube is clown world, you know, and some of the YouTube clowns, they know nothing about the actual world, the real world. What the fuck would they do if YouTube was gone and everything? I don't know how to say being paranoid about a collapse, but what if, like the late George Carlin, that video on YouTube, if we all lost electricity? Well, even without a collapse, say if YouTube was gone, just like any other kind of social media, these people would just be nobodies, and the rest of us would get on with their lives. We get on with our lives. But anyway, clown world. Yeah. Yeah, actual, yeah, what's this guy's name? Yeah, actual, what the hell, what's his face? Hilarious and entertaining during your morning coffee than looking at YouTube at grifters who grift by calling out everybody else they accuse of being grifters. I for one like to get my dose of a few of those, maybe right after I've gotten my dose of a few of the hilarious, maybe fitness clowns who call out everybody else who's on steroids. Look who's, yeah, he's on steroids, no doubt about it, and don't pay I'm not on steroids, man. Although I clearly look like I'm on steroids. But look at that guy, yeah, he's on steroids, god damn it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, after you get a dose of that, yeah, you gotta catch some of them. Damn hilarious. It gets old after a while. But I bring that up because, yeah, these particular grifters that they grift by calling everybody else out and accuse them of grifting, but they're grifting. A grifter that calls out everybody else as grifters. What's his name? What's his face? Actual Jake. Okay, I'm not really stammering and pausing this time. I'm being sarcastic and saying, you know, what's his face? I'm trying to be overly sarcastic this time. And I'm wondering what's so actual about him or any YouTuber. Okay, and bear with me here, even though this sounds like jumping subjects. I'm going to compare it to other, say, a lot of YouTubers. For example, I'll look at YouTubers like that in the fitness realm where they talk about everybody who's on steroids, but they look like they're clearly on steroids themselves. And like, anyway, that's one example, but like actual Mr. Actual, yeah, actual Jake, or you want to call him actual fake? Yeah, let's call him actual fake, because yeah, in his comments section. And speaking of comment sections, I think I seen a video where he talked about one YouTuber called the comment section with Brett Cooper. But him and his people that are in his comment section talking about how everybody else, like including her, and I look at her a little bit. And anyway, and yeah, he was his newest video talking about Sticks Hexenhammer 666. Yeah, he talking about like this and that, you know, and I can play ball with that, but like everybody is a Nazi, just automatically a Nazi bootlicker because they don't bow down to transgender Kanizer. But anyway, in their comment section, not to jump subjects here too much, but I'm trying not to laugh. Their comments every other YouTuber that they don't like or he don't like, his fans comment in his comment section, and he's saying it himself that, yeah, they look like they have a fake studio in whatever room. And guess what? Look who has. He's on there talking. He looks like he has a fake studio too. But yeah, people talk about me probably because I have a nice guest area here. I don't know if I was to bring somebody on here and have a show, some YouTuber close to here or something, and do a one-on-one interview, move the chair over, and maybe move the chair, I don't know. They'll have a problem with that too. I'm sure that be jumping on the bandwagon, like, okay, when I brought up Styx Hexenhammer 666 and they're talking about him, I just say people like that, if there's any truth to it, be careful. And I say he nonchalantly volunteers shit about himself too, because he knows what he's damn doing. He wants the attention and wants the criticism. But I said honestly, maybe they're looking for him to be just like Crowder. Remember him? I don't even look at him. I looked at him when I was young. His stuff doesn't do anything for me, but I remember when Odin's Men, I think his channel, Jameson's Travels, is still around. But he don't put anything else on it. He went to BitChute and Rumble like everybody else. But I remember him was talking about Crowder accused of beating his wife, and they found some footage. And even the fucking Young Turks, TYT, who were talking about that. You can look for that now. But anyway, I'm sure if I was dumb enough to beat my partner, if somebody even as much as spreaded a rumor, just because I don't bow down to transgender Knezer and want to apologize and kiss the feet and kiss the ring of every single person with darker skin and apologize because something happened in Minneapolis, just because of that, right? If I was dumb enough to beat my partner or anything, I'm sure they'll jump right on it to, like flies to a pile of shit. So, like, you know, like you don't want to act like you're simping for anybody, but you look at that and like, okay, well, who the fuck are you? Okay, it's like, okay, you want to do talk about everybody else, but why don't you publish a manifesto I can look at on how maybe making it about me, how I should live my life or you should live your life. Like, do you have a manifesto publishing? I don't want to put words in your mouth here, but I don't want to get accused of putting words in your mouth too. I mean, I'm just guessing. Just tell me if I'm right or wrong. I mean, if you were to write a manifesto that you can publish that I can look at and humor me and tell me how maybe my life is wrong. Should I be living my own life and doing my thing even though I don't do criticisms on here? Say I wasn't on YouTube, or I was just not talking about anybody or anything. Say I was just doing skiing tutorials or something. I don't know. Humor me. Teach me how I can be a better person. Yeah, to talk about, what do you call it? Far-right bootlickers or Nazi boot. Yeah, am I a Nazi bootlicker because I don't go along with whatever your manifesto that I'm asking for, what's probably in it? And I quite frankly think, yeah, I pride myself in sharing non-woke black YouTubers, and I've worked with some decent critical thinking black people that swear like ghetto sailors or ghetto truck drivers, and we get along. So I actually have real life experience. I'm not on a fake ass platform. So anyway, maybe I'm just some gray-haired curmudgeon that lost the plot. But yeah, you just tell me. Quite frankly, yeah, and also, yeah, frankly, if you were to say I'm a Nazi, I frankly looked at them documentaries about, the Aryan nations and different people. Involved in the heroin trade, and if you were to join these people, they kill you for the most trivial and petty shit because they're paranoid. I mean, I can imagine some kids, neo-Nazi wannabes, wanting to join them and they wind up dead. So, anyway, yeah, I ain't with shit like that. But yeah, there's these critics of everybody else everybody that they don't like, right? As a Nazi bootlicker, and I regard them as a bootlicker calling somebody else a bootlicker. They're a bootlicker because it's somebody they don't like, and they're not licking the boots of who they think they should be licking. They think they're better. They think they're better because they're licking the boots of somebody who they're licking whoever boots they're licking. They think they're better because they think the boots they're licking are better than the boots they accuse of somebody else of licking. Okay. Yeah, excuse me. I'm practically creating a tongue twister there. And me almost like, I don't want to look giddy like a girl in laughter here, but getting certain words out. I mean, I'm not as, what do you call it, versed like Hex and Hammer 666 or anybody else that Mr. Actual Jerk don't like, or actual Jake or actual Fake doesn't like. But I mean, if I want to say jokingly, actual Jake, if you want to say about Hex and Hammer 666 and actual Jake, if you want to twist my arm, I jokingly say, well, I mean, Jake might actually be able to beat him up because physically, I'm saving grace on people with some kind of joking little criticism, you know what I mean? But actual Fake, you know, his little pudgy self, you know. Put it this way, won't happen. Not that I invite such a thing, but yeah, he might be able to kind of bitch slam him and push him into a corner, but it would be the opposite. I mean, I'm being sarcastic, not threatening anybody or anything like that. But and one thing I would actually say to you too, yeah, you wonder who the actual real enemy is out there, but yeah, and what's worse out there in this world, people who are actually admitted Aryan nations, KKK racists, or ones that want to suck up to everything, or advocating sucking up for every single buddy with skin color or whatever the hell, you know what I mean? And there are idiots out there too, just on social media. They don't know nothing about real life, and I don't want to steal anything from Mike Tyson, but my version of a thing. You little soy-eating, Antifa-loving idiots out there, far left bootlickers. There are ones out there that they wouldn't even talk to you in real life, face to face, you know, or anything else. They think they want to bash everybody. They'd be the kind of people that are comfortable with disrespecting and bashing anybody who they feel like it. Hypocrites, all right, bash anybody they feel like it. Comfortable with that, out on some platform where they're impressing some friends that they'll never meet, who are fans of commenting that are just as fake as they are. Comfortable with bashing everybody else like that, but being in a safe little bubble and zone where comfortable with saying their shit and talking their shit, but yet not getting grabbed by the mouth and having their head slammed against the wall for it. You know what I mean? I can say that because some of them, you know, have they don't have any kind of real balls or anything. They're just behind a platform. And I hate to tell you this, there's, to be if any consolation to you, there's far right people out there that are fakes. Some of them have fallen, accused of drug use and accused of beating their wife, accused of this and that. There are ones that have been gone already for years ago, but that actually been gone years ago. They found a way to, but anyway, yeah, they're looking for anybody else to fall and fail, but yet, do they have any? They're so perfect, right? Looking for something to expose. Yeah, I'm just trying not to laugh here, but yeah, like. Not you're like you're defending it and then people are just, but it's like I'm just here to laugh, just like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck do you think you are? I mean, or are you so morally and intellectually superior? And yeah, like I say once again, yeah, can you, any of these YouTubers out there that, I mean, do I see them actually publish a manifesto that I can read? Yeah, teach me how I can be a better person. Who can, who should I bow down to? And if I don't bow down to, and I just live life and do my own thing and maybe mock you, I'm automatically a Nazi, okay? And what would you do? You know, maybe you don't like the police. You think the police are all bad. Not that I'm a huge fan simping up to the police. I mean, I had run-in with police that I forgot about myself. But, yeah, I preach this all the time. Yeah. Oh, yeah, F the police, down with the police, you know. Repeat that shit, you know, all on social media. But then what would you have it? Yeah, the communist takeover, like the protester marchers that I say in 2020 were actually dress rehearsal for an insurgency. Make them an enforcing class. You don't like the police, and you don't like certain YouTubers, you don't like certain people you want to call Nazis, and maybe you don't like the police, but yet you'll get some. If you could, you would get some shitload of protest marchers. Yeah, Mr. King of the Streets, be the enforcing class and go commit the same brutality against the people you don't like. If the police do it, it's wrong. You know what I mean? But you would rejoice in it, and then Mr. King of the Streets out there, Mr. King of the Streets, drug dealer, gang leader, will pat you on the back and pat you on the ass and say, oh, good job for bowing down to us, you know. How do we know that they might just beat you up and grab you and, you know, after they achieve what they want, you know? Oh, yeah, you'd probably like it, wouldn't you? Yeah, you'd just bend right over, wouldn't you? You bend right over and then nonchalantly warn us if we don't bend over. You're doing the right thing by bending over and taking it, and we better too, or else, you know, you'd be their little butt buddy messenger, wouldn't you? I mean, I'm being overly sarcastic, but or maybe not, because I see a lot of them that glorified and celebrated people marching in the streets in gangs in places that had nothing to do with Minneapolis. I know I keep bringing that up, but yeah, we want to make sure that that shit doesn't happen again. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody wants to criticize somebody else. They look like they're in a fake little studio, but they're in a fake little studio themselves. And I say that's the equivalent to the fitness YouTuber who pointing out and exposing everybody who's on steroids that actually looks clearly to themselves like they're on steroids. Oh yeah, you don't like guns, but you always pick on the NRA and rednecks or whoever the hell else. But yeah, Mr. Gangster Man, both black or white, it's okay for them to shoot somebody or smoke somebody. Yeah, the only difference between you and some other self-righteous fuckhead out there is, instead of calling the cops, you would call Mr. King of the Streets, Mr. Head of the Local Badasses, to go shoot the people you don't like, you know, because after all, you want them to be the police. The only difference, you know, that's the mentality of the democratic socialist or communist wannabe mentality. Not, like I said, not that I'm putting words in your mouth, but I'm guessing, tell me I'm wrong if it's probably in your little manifesto. If you could publish one, and that that you want, humor me and publish a manifesto, you know, tell me I'm wrong, you know what I mean? I'm being sarcastic and rhetorical, but not to put words in your mouth, but